Police are worried about their own safety. Good evening. This is CTV News. I'm Byron Scott.
And I'm Patricia Valone. We'll have that story to you in a moment. But first, traffic comes to a standstill southbound on the Beltway after a major collision. The State Highway Administration says a tractor trailer and a motorcycle collided near exit 22 on the inner loop in Greenbelt. A victim has been airlifted to an area hospital with severe life-threatening injuries. We'll have more details as they become available. Well, as protests over fatal police shootings continue across the nation, law enforcement officers have been on edge since the recent murder of 2 New York officers. This past weekend in Laurel, a disturbing message saying, quote, "Kill cops" was painted on a sign in front of an apartment complex. It has since been painted over, but the Fraternal Order of Police is telling officers to be extra cautious. Now, officials are still investigating the incident, but they say they hope the public will be proactive, calling authorities right away if they hear any talk about harming officers.
We're telling our officers to be extra vigilant. We do realize that probably 99% of the citizens that we police support us. There's always going to be that 1% that would do us harm. And we have to ask our citizens to help us be safe, and we're going to look out for each other and be safe as well. We're also telling our officers that if it's a 2-person call, to make sure that 2 officers go to that call. Wait for your backup before you go to that call.
A former police officer and a sheriff's deputy are calling on people to put a blue light outside of their homes to show support for law enforcement. Thousands of mourners gathered yesterday in New York to say goodbye to Officer Wenjian Liu. Liu and his partner Rafael Ramos were shot dead in their patrol car on December 20th. The gunman then killed himself. Several officers from the Prince George's Police Department were also in attendance. 32-year-old Liu, a native of China, was married just 2 months and had been with the NYPD for 7 years. Last week, officers from the Prince George's Police Department also attended the funeral of Rafael Ramos.
And jury selection starting today in the trial of Dzhokhar Tsarnaev. The 21-year-old is charged with 30 criminal counts in the April 2013 Boston bombings that killed 3 people and injured 260 others. A judge summoned nearly 3,000 people to the federal courthouse in Boston. Jury selection is expected to last at least 3 days. Defense lawyers have long been trying to have the trial delayed or moved outside of Boston. Tsarnaev has pleaded not guilty to his older brother Tamerlan, who was also accused of crimes. He died in the shootout with police. The trial is expected to last at around 3 months. And with the new year comes new state laws when it comes to campaign finance. Individuals can now give candidates $6,000 each election cycle, up from $4,000. Another provision closes the LLC loophole that allows donors to give unlimited donations through separate limited liability companies. Meanwhile, Maryland's hourly wage gets a boost from the federal minimum wage of $7.25 to $8 per hour, the first of 4 increases scheduled to bump to $10.10 by 2018. And real estate appraisers will now have to undergo background checks to give a set of fingerprints to police. Plus, overall, gas prices may be going down, but the state tax is going up by 3 cents. The hike is the latest part of incremental increases approved by lawmakers in 2013 to help pay for transportation projects.
A College Park tax preparer is sentenced to 5 years in federal prison for tax fraud. 61-year-old Julius Williams was convicted of filing false tax returns, wire fraud, and aggravated identity theft. He must also pay $1 million in restitution. Williams used personal information of former clients to claim them as his own dependents on his income tax returns.
Okay, and you're watching CTV News. I'm Byron Scott.
And I'm Patricia Valone.